Welcome to the Texas Wine Scene Podcast, the most up-to-date information to help you prepare for your wine tasting weekend. I'm Mike, your Texas Wine Scene correspondent, bringing you all the wine happenings in and around the great state of Texas, from the high plains to the hill country. If you love Texas wine, you've come to the right place. Let's take a trip. Welcome back, everyone, to this Father's Day edition of the Texas Wine Scene Podcast. I am your host, your Texas Wine Scene correspondent, Mike Cole, bringing you all the wine happenings in and around the great state of Texas. Happy Father's Day to all you wonderful fathers out there listening this week. I hope you get a chance to relax, chill out, get out of the garage, get off the lawnmower, get out from underneath the hood of the car, and grab a cold beverage of your choice and enjoy this day dedicated to you and all your hard work supporting your family. If you are a subscriber to the podcast, thank you so much for returning and tuning in to this week's episode. And if you are new to the podcast, thank you so much for stopping by to check us out. We are an information-based podcast supporting and sharing wine events, tastings, and industry news from around the great state of Texas. So I hope you enjoy the content, and if you do, please consider subscribing and sharing the podcast with all your wine-loving friends. It helps to continue to spread the word about the podcast and keeps everyone informed about current wine-related events. Also, please follow me on my socials at Texas Wine Scene on Instagram and Texas Wine Scene on Facebook, where you will see all the posts about upcoming events for the weekend. I had a very busy week this week, but had a lot of fun judging wine at the 41st Annual Lone Star International Wine Competition in Grapevine, Texas. As the oldest international wine competition in Texas, the Lone Star International Wine Competition provides a showcase for recognizing the quality and diversity of one of the fastest growing wine regions in the United States by promoting outstanding wines from Texas and beyond. I was returning to the competition for the second time this year as a judge, and I had the opportunity to judge with some very talented tasters, wine industry leaders, and media personalities. Some of the judges included Andrew Snyder, viticulture and enology professor at Grayson College and the University of North Texas, Jeff Cope, creator of the Texas Wine Lover website and app, Neil Addy, contributing writer for the Texas Wine Lover website and all-around great guy, Jen Chase, tasting room manager at Bingham Family Vineyards in Grapevine and Roanoke, Tiffany Toby, the always sharply dressed and boss lady sommelier and wine director at the Ritz-Carlton Dallas Las Colinas, Stuart Banky, wine evaluator extraordinaire and YouTube sensation at Wine on the Dime, Sammy Lamb, owner of Wonderlust Wine Company, the world's largest wine-on-tap winery in downtown Austin and Barton Springs, and Will Donahue, podcast host of We Know Texas Vino. It was another great experience at this event, and I look forward to seeing this panel of talent at the next wine competition. And now for your Texas Wine Scene news. In a recent article by Adam Russell titled Top Wine Society Award and Scholarship Helps Educator Continue Learning, Adam writes about Michael Cook, who was recently awarded the President's Award for Scholarship in Viticulture from the American Society of Enology and Viticulture. Michael Cook, a Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service viticulture program specialist in Denton, Texas, and a PhD student in the Texas A&M Department of Horticultural Sciences, was recently awarded a prestigious National Award scholarship for his work in viticulture. He is quoted as saying, "This award and scholarship is an incredible honor. No one is born as an expert. It takes positive learning experiences and a strong support network to take students like me and mold them into meaningful contributors to our American wine industry." Cook's doctorate research focuses on the study of irrigation and cover cropping strategies to improve water use efficiency, as well as their influence on wine stability and quality. Congratulations, Mr. Cook. Sandy Road Vineyards in Johnson City got a nice write-up in the Travel Awaits magazine, which is a premier destination magazine for travelers of a certain mature age. The article is essentially about must-see destination wineries, and Sandy Road Vineyards made the list. The section reads, "At Sandy Road Vineyards in the Texas Hill Country, you'll be able to sample wines from a treetop. That's right. During this experience, you and your party will be guided through a private tasting by one of Sandy Road's winemakers while enjoying a bird's eye view of the vines from a custom-built 15-foot-high treehouse." During the hour-long event, guests learn about the entire winemaking process from grape to bottle, tasting half a dozen of wines paired with a charcuterie plate. And make no mistake, these wines go beyond what you'd typically expect. Sandy Road is renowned for its Pet Nat, a light, sparkly, and naturally carbonated blend of 90% Grenache and 10% Prieto Picudo grapes. It's a delightful break from the norm and the perfect summer sip. That's a very nice write-up, and what I've been told about the Sandy Road experience, this article is pretty accurate. Another Texas winery is closing this month after 9 years in operation, and this time it's Cotton Creek Winery in Beaumont, Texas. Author Sharina Bird writes that the owner, Tracy Tucker, announced that the winery will be closing its doors on June 29th. According to the article, the decision to close Cotton Creek Winery was made after things did not work out with the previous buyer of the winery, and Tracy Tucker was no longer able to keep the winery open and operational. Tracy Tucker said in a social media post that the ideas that were created, the relationships that were made, and the memories will last for a lifetime. Artie and I were so grateful and thankful for all your support. Artie was Tracy Tucker's husband, who had passed on previously, making it difficult to continue operating the winery. She concluded the post by saying, "I will never be able to thank you enough for the support that you have shown us here at Cotton Creek Winery." In a recent article in Forbes magazine by John Mariani titled, "Unappreciated by Many Wine Lovers, These Excellent Rieslings Will Change Their Minds," he writes about Messina Hoff and its Riesling wine. Messina Hoff is an award-winning winery in Texas that produces a wide variety of wines. Paul and Meryl Bonarigo founded the estate in 1977 using Texas grapes when other state wineries shipped theirs in from other regions. The current production is over 200,000 gallons and can even be bought in Japan. Their 2023 Off-Dry Riesling, which retails for $25, with its labels annually created by Texas artists, is made in the Texas High Plains. I haven't had the opportunity to taste Messina Hoff's Riesling, but it's definitely on my wine radar. In a recent article in MASH magazine written by Maria Cento titled, "How do you pair wine with regional style barbecue sauces?" a wine expert weighs in. In the article, she mentions the style of barbecue sauce that Texas is known for, which is a mop sauce that is brushed on or mopped onto the meat as it smokes. The sauce may be ketchup-based, although more vinegary versions also exist, and it's typically flavored with Worcestershire sauce and garlic. Based on the style and flavor of the sauce, it was determined that Syrah or Shiraz would be the best wine to complement such a smoky sauce. The juicy and spicy flavors of Syrah have the necessary boldness to stand up to the Lone Star State's beefy barbecue. I don't know about you, but that article made me hungry. Bring on the Syrah. I love that grape varietal. Matthew Kaner writes in Will Travel for Wine that CL Butaud Winery opens a new tasting room and brings their Texas-grown wines to St. Elmo District in Austin, Texas. Known for their mastery of the Mourvedre grape, CL Butaud Winery opened a stylish new tasting room in Austin to showcase winemaker Randy Hester's wines made from 100% Texas-grown grapes. The new sophisticated and modern design is a 1,200 square foot space that has an ambiance that is approachable and comfortable, yet timelessly stylish. Co-owner Randy Hester said of the new space, "We have built a loyal following for our wines and hospitality over the last 8 years, and we are thrilled to open our new tasting room to welcome our customers. This exciting new location allows us to share our dedication to winemaking and Texas wine with an even broader community." CL Butaud was founded in 2014 by Texas natives Randy and Brooke Hester, a husband and wife team, and its wines have achieved critical acclaim locally and nationally. CL Butaud specializes in some of the distinctive varieties of Southern Europe, such as Tempranillo, Mourvedre, and Grenache wines that are made from 100% Texas-grown grapes. And that's your Texas wine scene news. We will continue our mini-series on the top red and white grape varieties in Texas, and this week we take a closer look at Malbec. Malbec, also known as Côte, earned its fame as one of the original 6 main grape varieties in Bordeaux, which include Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, Cabernet Franc, Petit Verdot, and Carmenere. Malbec is an offspring of an old, almost non-existent grape variety, Magdalen Noir de Charente. Due to the large size of their berries, the Malbec grape variety often has a propensity to produce diluted wines. But when ripe, such as what is grown here in Texas, Malbec adds a deep inky color, which is a distinguishing feature for this varietal. Malbec also adds firm tannins and spicy characteristics to the wine, often showing balanced acidity, lush, round and supple textures, with flavors of plums and blackberries. In the vineyard, Malbec seems to be able to produce well in a variety of soil types, but in limestone and gravel-based soils, this variety appears to thrive. Malbec also loves warm climates and good sun exposure. Sunshine helps ripen Malbec's thick skins, which has high levels of the color pigment called anthocyanins. The high levels of anthocyanins are what gives Malbec its differentiating color characteristic. Common vineyard threats include frost, downy mildew, rot, and coulure, making the dry, warm, and sunny conditions of the Texas climate ideal. And that will complete our mini-series on the most popular red grape varieties in Texas. Tune in next week as we take a closer look at the most popular white grape varieties here in Texas. Before we get into the events for the weekend, let's check the weather. The weather for the weekend in the High Plains wine growing region will have high temperatures of 95 degrees with low temperatures of 69 degrees. The North Texas wine growing region will have high temperatures of 95 degrees and low temperatures of 72 degrees. The West Texas wine growing region will have high temperatures of 95 degrees with low temperatures of 64 degrees. The Texas Hill Country wine growing region will have high temperatures of 92 degrees with low temperatures of 70 degrees. And the Gulf Coast wine growing region will have high temperatures of 96 degrees with low temperatures of 76 degrees. Head on out to Spicewood Vineyards for their summer Sip and Shop event on Saturday, June 15th from 12 to 4 p.m. Enjoy a fun, family-friendly afternoon filled with local vendors. Enjoy a glass or two of Spicewood Vineyards wine paired nicely with Lefty's Pizza for lunch. Let the kids bounce around in the bounce house and take in some live music. For more information about this event, visit their website at spicewoodvineyards.com. Join Enoch Stomp's Vineyard and Winery in Harlton, Texas for their Artisan Series wine event on Saturday, June 15th at 2 p.m. The first in a series of artisan events is a hands-on workshop teaching you all the tips and tricks of creating your very own grazing box perfect for your next party. Guests will get a chance to choose their box design ranging from hearts, circles, traditional rectangle, or even the letter of your name. Your dedicated charcuterie design specialist, Audrey, will teach you the best ways to fill your box with cheese, charcuterie, and all the accoutrements. Sip on a complimentary glass of Enoch Stomp wine while you and your friends create your very own grazing box that you will take home with you at the end of the workshop. For more information on this event, visit their website at enochstomp.com. Just a few days left to join Bending Branch Winery in association with the Texas Wine School in Comfort, Texas for the Specialist of Texas Wine course on Monday, June 17th from 9 to 4 p.m. Your highly esteemed instructor, Dr. Russ Kane, is ready to provide you with all the Texas wine industry information to help you become a well-informed Texas wine professional and a savvy Texas wine consumer. The Specialist of Texas Wine is the first of its kind program that offers a comprehensive series of classes featuring the unique wines and wine regions of Texas. The course highlight includes details of each wine region, including location, geology, soils, climate, and leading grape varieties grown in the state of Texas. There will be a discussion about the evolution of Texas winemaking from its early Spanish and immigrant European period to the post-Prohibition era, as well as information on the present-day Texas wine industry. The course will also cover the links between Texas wines and their Old World and New World counterparts through lectures and guided and blind tastings with benchmark wines. For more information and registration for this event, visit bendingbranchwinery.com. All right, like I said at the top of the episode, it's Father's Day. So let's highlight a few wineries and events that are representing for the dads this weekend. Take a trip out to Parisso's Vineyards in Burnet, Texas for their Gentleman's Cigar Night on Friday, June 14th from 6:30 to 10 p.m. This will be an evening of sophistication and indulgence designed exclusively for discerning gentlemen. Experience a taste of Cuba with cigars hand-rolled on site by a master roller and Cuban cuisine designed to pair perfectly with Parisso's wine. Your event ticket includes one superior hand-rolled Cuban cigar. For more information on this event, visit their website at parissosvineyards.com. Join the Texas Wine Collective in Fredericksburg, Texas for their Cigars and Cabs event on Saturday, June 15th from 1 to 5 p.m. Treat the men in your life to an afternoon of fine wine and a classic and rolled cigar. There will be a cigar roller exhibition by Babalu Cigar Company this weekend, and hand-rolled cigars and a glass of wine will be available to enjoy on site, or you may package your cigar with a bottle of wine to gift later. Live music will be performed by Lonnie Lett. For more information about this event, visit their website at texaswinecollective.com. Head on now to Texas Legato Winery in Lampasas, Texas for their Father's Day Port and Cigars event on June 15th from 4 to 8 p.m. Oak and Ash Cigar Company will be on site to provide some fine cigars to pair nicely with that delicious port wine. So sit back and relax to the musical sound by James Ridge at 5 p.m. and enjoy the day dedicated to dads. For more information on this event, visit their website at texaslegatowinery.com. If cigar and wines are not your jam, then I know exactly what will get your dad psyched up. Cars. So head on out to Tornalocks in Burnet, Texas for their car show event on Saturday, June 15th at 12 p.m. This will be their first ever car show event, and they want to start off with a bang. Whether you have a classic, a vintage, retro mod, or a restoration in progress, they want to see it. Cars can set up beginning at 11 a.m. and the show will open to the public at 12 p.m. Guests will vote on the fan favorite car, and the lucky owner of that car will win a bottle of Tornalocks wine. For more information on this event, visit their website at tornalocks.com. And for a more chilled and traditional Father's Day celebration, take a trip out to 4 Hour Ranch Vineyard and Winery in Munster, Texas for their second annual Father's Day Bros and Brats and Burgers event on Friday, June 14th through Sunday, June 16th from 1 to 5 p.m. Bring the whole family for a day of fun, food, and festivities to celebrate dads, grandpas, and father figures with a fun-filled weekend in the scenic beauty of the vineyard and the winery. There will be a buffet-style menu all weekend, including German brats, hamburgers, and hot dogs. There will also be a cornhole tournament on Saturday, June 15th from 3 to 6 p.m. if you think you got the skills to compete. This will be a Father's Day weekend celebration you don't want to miss. For more information on this event, visit their website at 4rwines.com. Join CL Butaud Winery in association with the Wine and Food Foundation in Austin for their Rosé All Day Imbibe Wine event on Wednesday, June 19th from 6 to 8 p.m. Get ready to paint the town pink at this can't-miss rosé wine class at CL Butaud's new tasting room. Krista Church from Neighborhood Vintner and Randy Hester from CL Butaud are teaming up to bring you an epic rosé tasting featuring the incredible rosé CL Butaud produces, as well as some classic examples of the pink drink from around the world. From crisp and refreshing to fruity and floral, there's a rosé for every palate, and they will be there to help you find your perfect match. For more information on this event, visit their website at winefoodfoundation.org. And those are your wine events for the weekend. Stay tuned for your music lineup for the weekend up next. Arch Rave Winery in Fredericksburg, Texas gets the music lineup started this week with Bill Macko on stage Friday, June 14th from 4 to 7 p.m., followed by Daniel Johnson on Saturday, June 15th from 2 to 5 p.m. Whistling Duck Vineyard and Winery in Weimar, Texas will have Daryl Appelt and Philip Brummett on stage Saturday, June 15th from 2 to 5 p.m. Slate Theory Winery in Fredericksburg will let the Trad Police rock the stage on Saturday, June 15th from 1 to 5 p.m. Casual Family Wines in Azle, Texas will have Jason Mays on stage Friday, June 14th from 7 to 9:30 p.m. Two Brothers Winery in Keller, Texas will host Courtney Marie on stage June 15th from 6 to 8 p.m. Dry Comel Creek Vineyards in New Braunfels, Texas will have Julian Escobedo on stage Saturday, June 15th from 2 to 5 p.m., followed by Stella on Sunday, June 16th from 2 to 5 p.m. as well. Fiesta Winery on 290 will host Wake Eastman on stage Saturday, June 15th from 3 to 6 p.m., followed by Fallon Franklin on Sunday, June 16th from 12 to 4 p.m. William Chris Vineyards in High Texas will let Spicy Loops rock the stage on Sunday, June 16th from 1 to 4 p.m. Augusta Vin Winery is having their Sips and Sounds event with Jeff Wood on stage Saturday, June 15th from 2 to 5 p.m., followed by Faith Evangeline on Sunday, June 16th from 3 to 6 p.m. Pedernales Cellars in Stonewall will have Bruce Salmon on stage Saturday, June 15th from 1 to 5 p.m. Texas Heritage Vineyards in Fredericksburg will have Shani on stage Friday, June 14th from 2 to 4 p.m., followed by Woody Eastman on Sunday, June 16th from 2 to 4 p.m. as well. Texas Hills Vineyards in Johnson City will let Monty Rose jam out on Saturday, June 15th from 1 to 4 p.m. Tornalox in Burnett, Texas will have the smooth jazz sounds of Rodney Howell on stage Saturday, June 15th from 2 to 5 p.m. Signor Vineyards in Fredericksburg will have Brandon Allen on stage Saturday, June 15th from 1 to 3 p.m., followed by James Spear on stage Sunday, June 16th from 1 to 3 p.m. Moody Family Wines in Bullard, Texas will let Tommy Joe get you in the mood for good music on Friday, June 14th from 6 to 8:30 p.m., followed by Angelo Lopez on Saturday, June 15th from 6 to 8:30 p.m. as well. Bernhardt Winery in Plantersville will have Lisa Lynette on stage Saturday, June 15th from 1 to 5 p.m., followed by Double Vision performing a Foreigner tribute on Sunday, June 16th from 7 to 9 p.m. West Sandy Creek Winery in Richards, Texas will have Eric Korb on stage Saturday, June 15th from 4 to 7 p.m., followed by Byron Haney on Sunday, June 16th from 2 to 5 p.m. Triple N Ranch Winery in Trinidad, Texas will have Neil Diamond and Carole King tribute on Saturday, June 15th from 6:45 to 9:15 p.m. Barons Creek Winery in Fredericksburg will have Kalani on stage Saturday, June 15th from 1 to 4 p.m. Lost Oak Winery in Burleson will host Andrew Dolan and Hillary Stanton on stage Saturday, June 15th from 6 to 9 p.m., followed by the Chasing Texas Band on Sunday, June 16th from 2 to 5 p.m. Parmesan Wines in Dripping Springs will have Javier Solis on stage Saturday, June 15th from 2 to 5 p.m., followed by Jake Carson on Sunday, June 16th from 2 to 5 p.m. Covington Hills Country Winery in High Texas will let Andy Garcia assume the musical duties on Friday, June 14th from 4 to 7 p.m., followed by Hunter Billingsley on Saturday, June 15th from 2 to 5 p.m. Peters Prairie Vineyard in Mason, Texas will have Justin McFarland on stage Saturday, June 15th from 2 to 4 p.m. And Singing Water Vineyards in Comfort, Texas will have Britt Bollinger on stage Saturday, June 15th, followed by the River Relics on Sunday, June 16th from 1 to 4 p.m. And that's your music lineup for the weekend. Stay tuned for Did You Know? As we celebrate all the wonderful dads out there this weekend, I would also like to mention another significant celebration that will be happening this upcoming week as well. That is the celebration of Juneteenth. Juneteenth, or officially Juneteenth National Independence Day, is a federal holiday celebrated every year on June 19th in recognition of the final enforcement of Emancipation Proclamation, essentially freeing all slaves after the Civil War. The Emancipation Proclamation, officially Proclamation 95, was a presidential proclamation and executive order issued by the United States President Abraham Lincoln on January 1st, 1863. But it wasn't until June 19th, 1865, upon his arrival in Galveston, Texas, that Major General Gordon Granger ordered the final enforcement of the Emancipation Proclamation. The proclamation changed the legal status of more than 3.5 million enslaved African Americans in the Southern Confederate States from enslaved to free. Juneteenth was recognized as a federal holiday on June 17, 2021, when President Joe Biden signed the Juneteenth National Independence Day Act into law. Juneteenth became the first new federal holiday since Martin Luther King Jr. Day was adopted in 1983. But did you know that the famed wine region of Bordeaux was heavily involved in the slave trade? From the 17th to the 19th century, Bordeaux was the second largest slave trading port in France. Here's the story. There was this thing called the Triangular Voyage, or trade triangle. There were 3 stages to this lucrative trade triangle. First, ships from Bordeaux and other European ports sailed to Africa, loaded with weapons, textiles, alcohol, and beads to exchange for slaves. The inner steerage of the ship would be removed to ensure that the maximum number of slaves could be shipped. The ships would then cross the Atlantic Ocean, transporting African slaves to America, where the slaves were then bought or exchanged for tobacco, cotton, sugar, and other produce and goods. The ships would then return to Bordeaux, which allowed them to make a hefty contribution to the city's wealth. This carried on for about 150 years with over 130,000 people captured, transported, and enslaved. Some former slave trading Bordeaux cities have come forward to acknowledge their slave history with large public memorials. One very profound memorial is a sculpture by Sandrine Rougel of a tree with 3 branches from which 3 heads and torsos encapsulated with wine barrel rings representing the 3 trade routes of that time. Being a father is the most wonderful feeling in the world. And during this celebration of fatherhood, I am amazingly grateful to be a free man. I couldn't imagine life without both. Well, that would do it for this week's episode. Thank you for joining me. I'm Mike Cole, your Texas wine scene correspondent, and I look forward to seeing you next time on the Texas Wine Scene. Cheers. For more in-depth information on the wineries mentioned in this episode, visit the Texas Wine Lover website at txwinelover.com or the Texas Wine Lover app. There you will be able to find a vast amount of information about Texas wineries and wine-related businesses. You can search for information such as winery hours, grape varieties, food options, pet and kid-friendly wineries, and much, much more. So visit their website at txwinelover.com. Also, please leave me a review and share the podcast with all your wine-loving friends. Cheers.